Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe. Jaya Pancha Tattva, Jaya Pancha Tattva, Pancha Tattva, Jaya Pancha Tattva. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. हरिनाम संकीर्तन के ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण के समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद के all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome all of you for today's morning Srimad Bhagavatam class in Sridham Mayapur in most auspicious Kartik month. So we are discussing Canto 3, Chapter 21, text 9 till 11. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhirayet nashtapraye svabhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate ruttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtike mukam karoti vachalam pangulang ghaitangirim yat kripatamaham bande Sri Guru dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. So 9, 10 I will read myself and text 11 we shall recite together. Hare Krishna. Text 9. Satam virajam arka-ābham sita-padmotpala-srajam snigdha-nīlālaka-vrāta vaktrābjaṁ virajo mbaram. Translation. Kardama Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is free from material contamination, in his eternal form, effulgent like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies. The Lord was clad in spotless yellow silk, and his lotus face was fringed with slick dark locks of curly hair. Text 10. Kiritinam kundalinam śaṅkha-cakra-gadā-dharam svetotpala kridanakam manasparsasmitekshanam. Adorned with a crown and earrings, he held his characteristic conch, disc and mace in 3 of his hands, and a white lily in the 4th. He glanced about in a happy, smiling mood, whose sight captivates the hearts of all devotees. Text 11. Vinyasta charanam bhojam ansadeshe garutmataha drishtva avasthitam vakshaha shriyam kaustubha gandharam vinyasta charanam bhojam ansadeshe garutmataha drishtva avasthitam vakshaha Shriyam kaustubha gandharam vinyasta charanam bhojam ansadeshe garutmataha drishtva avasthitam vakshaha Shriyam kaustubha gandharam Vinyasta charanam bhojam ansadeshe garutmataha drishtva avasthitam vaksha Shriyam kaustubha gandharam ansadeshe garutmataha avasthitam Nasta charanam bhojam ansadeshe garutmataha Shriya kaustubha gandharam vinyasta charanam bhojam ansadeshe garutmataha charanam bhojam Word to word meaning. Vinyasta, having been placed. Charanam bhojam, lotus feet. Ansadeshe, on the shoulders. Garutmataha, of Garuda. Drishtva, having seen. Khe, in the air. Avasthitam, standing. Vakshaha, on his chest. Shriyam, auspicious mark. Kaustubha, the Kaustubha gem. Gandharam, neck. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. A golden streak on his chest, the famous Kaustubha gem suspended from his neck. He stood in the air with his lotus feet placed on the shoulders of Garuda. The description in the verse 9 till 11 of the Lord in his transcendental eternal form are understood to be descriptions from the authoritative Vedic version. These descriptions are certainly not the imagination of Kardama Muni. The decorations of the Lord are beyond material conception, as admitted even by impersonalists like Shankaracharya, Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has nothing to do with the material creation. The varieties of the transcendental Lord, His body, His form, His dress, His instruction, His words, are not manufactured by material energy, but are all confirmed in the Vedic literature. By performance of yoga, Kardama Muni actually saw the Supreme Lord as He is. There was no point in seeing an imagined form of God after practicing yoga for 10,000 years. The perfection of yoga, therefore, does not terminate in wideness or impersonalism. On the contrary, the perfection of yoga is attained when one actually sees the personality of Godhead in its eternal form. The process of Krishna consciousness is to deliver the form of Krishna directly. The form of Krishna is described in the authoritative Vedic literature Brahma Samhita. His abode is made of Chintamani stone, and the Lord plays there as a covered boy and is served by many thousands of gopis. These descriptions are authoritative, and a Krishna conscious person takes them directly, acts on them, preaches them, and practices devotional service as enjoined in the authoritative scriptures. Hare Krishna. Before that I begin, I just like to beg mercy from all assembled Vaishnavas. There's Grasikhi Mahiti Puja here, and the whole disciplic succession, my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadambayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhishcha Kripa Sindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So here we see the darshan of Supreme Lord. Kardama Muni is doing direct darshan of the Lord, as we see that what are the different progeny from Kardama and Devahuti has been asked. The Maitreya begins his description about how this Kardama Muni, he did tapasya for 10,000 years on the bank of river Saraswati, and doing this Kriya Yoga, he got this darshan of the Lord. Tavat prasanna Bhagavan pushkaraksha kirte yuge. So this was in Satya Yuga. He got the darshan of the Lord, and the description of Lord is here. So Kardama Muni sees the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is viraja, beyond material contamination, and in his eternal form. And his effulgent is as effulgent as like sun. Lord is wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies. And Lord have his cladding, the cloths, yellow silk cloth, and his lotus face is fringed with dark curly hair, lasat, this alaka, this round, both sides, and his crown kiritinam, kundalinam, and śaṅkha-cakra-gadā-dharam. And in one hand is exactly Acharya tells is not holding the lotus, but it's Svet Utpala Kridanakam. He is playing with a white lily. Lily is a small lotus flower which you can find in this autumn season when this water gets very much cleared off. So you find this small white lily flowers. Looks like lotus, but it's not lotus. So Lord is playing with this lily flowers in one hand. Then Vinnasta Charanam Bhojam Ansadeshe Garutmataha. And in this way, Lord is standing on the Garuda. He is not touching the ground. He is there on the space, on the sky only. So, and his neck is having this Kaustuba gem, a special character of the Lord. And Sri Vatsa mark a special type of hair, yellow hair, which stays on the left side of Lord. Of course, sometimes devotees also they find similar kind of hair, but Srila Prabhupada also at one place has told, don't think that this is Srivatsa for you. So, it's very special hair. Srivatsa means Mother Lakshmi is staying always on the chest of Lord Krishna or Lord Narayana. So like this, so Srila Prabhupada tells in the purport that the descriptions are certainly not the imagination of Kardama Muni. So why Srila Prabhupada is telling this? Because it's the first business of Srila Prabhupada to first pound this all wrong misconceptions which is already spread in the material world. That's why we are here. Kuhaka, which is all spread in the material world. The different types of confusions, doubts, suspicions about the concept of God, which is there in the world. So Srila Prabhupada is clearing that off. So if we see in the bygone ages, in ancient ages, we see this atheistic philosophy had been always there, like the hedonistic philosophy, like life is very short, eat, drink and be merry and enjoy the life. Hedonistic philosophy, that was there also. It's not, now it has become too much prevalent. But there was one philosopher, all of us know, Charvak. He had this slogan. What was his slogan? Rinam kritva gritam pibet, yavat jivet, sukham jivet. As long as you live happily. And how you should live happily? Rinam kritva gritam pibet. You somehow or other borrow money or take loan also, and drink a lot of ghee. At least ghee was the standard of gratification in those days. Of course, at least he didn't tell that Rinam Kirtva Suram Pibet. He told Rinam Kirtva Ghritam Pibet. That's okay. So, Bhasmi Bhutasya Dehasya Kuta Punar Agamo Bhavet. When this body gets burned away, who has seen Kuta Punar Agamo? Who has seen that people has come back? So this is the perfect like atheistic temperament which was there previously also. So the atheists. So in Vedic purview, if you see the people, those who do not believe in Vedas, they are called atheists. And there are atheists also that do not believe in Vedas and they do not believe in God also. So they are these people, Charvak. And there are n number of atheistic people, those who believe in Vedas, but still they do not believe in God, right? And they are called this Nirvishesha and Sunyavadi is another. They do not believe in Vedas, and they do not believe in God also. They also have the same. There is no soul, there is no God. So then again, the 6 theistic atheists, which is mentioned by Srila Prabhupada, that some of them may believe that everything has come from matter, atoms, Sankhya. Somebody thinks that, okay, God is just instrument to get liberation, to get merged into Brahman. Some people, they think that, okay, ultimately everything is what you do. God is nowhere in the scene. If you do good, reap good, right? Looks very logical, right? There are many people like that. They think like that. They believe Vedas, but actually they do not believe God. So they all have this wrong misconception about the form of God. And modern days, Srila Prabhupada says that those Vedic atheists are not seen nowadays, right? How many of you are able to see Vedic atheists? People are out and out hedonistic atheists. They do not worry about, they don't care about what is written in the Vedas. So they have got their own philosophies. And under that cover, the shade of that philosophies, of those demoniac philosophies, people are actually just performing sinful activities. And Srila Prabhupada has told that these two demons, the two philosophies, are the two great demons. The one is what we can secularism, or we can say communism, right? So they don't believe in God. Another is which we had been all evolved and educated, has been put into veins so deeply. The conception of everything coming, origin of everything is matter, or origin of living entities, some chemicals, some assemblage of chemicals. So Srila Prabhupada's mission is first bang these people, because these people, these demons, these are demons actually, which are killing the devotees of the Lord. Right? Many devotees also, they get killed by these misconceptions, right? Because it has been put into so much into DNA by education, that even though you give Srimad Bhagavatam classes, they will have the doubt. Maybe these people have made the frame this conception. God is looking like this, God comes from the heaven, who has seen the heaven? So this misconception has to be removed. This yesterday I was talking with one devotee, means highly educated, of course. So that Prabhuji was telling that we preach to educated people, and they have this so much of misconception. You speak about Bhagavad Gita and all that, but still they have the in corner the somewhere the doubt. These people are making everything. So that's why this removal of misconceptions are very much needed. So Darwin theory, this hedonistic communism, everything has to be cleared off. Srila Prabhupada in early days, he had two of his disciples. In one of the class, Srila Prabhupada banged Buddhists like anything. And two of the disciples got the doubt upon Srila Prabhupada. And they thought, why Swamiji is so much tough upon these Buddhists? Buddha is okay anyway. Like, we have good regard about Buddha. So they left Prabhupada. I mean, for the time being, they stopped coming. So one of the other disciples, they went to those two new devotees who just discontinued coming to Srila Prabhupada, and he asked that, really, Swami was too tough, right? It is not good. Buddha was good. Buddha is good. Yeah. So he just asked in a covered way. So yes, he told, yes, Swamiji is really going too much heavy upon Buddha. Then he started banging upon him. You useless fool. If you want to discontinue going to Prabhupada, Swamiji, then they used to say, so why don't you ask him? Why don't you go and ask him that these are the doubts that I have? Please come back again. Come back again. Let's have a meet again with Swami. So they came back and they asked Srila Prabhupada, why you are banging this Buddhist? Prabhupada says, I don't have any grudge with Buddha. We believe, We pray to Buddha. Buddha is one of the incarnation of the Lord. But the philosophy he has taught, that is all nonsense. Right? The philosophy I am banging. I am not doing anything to Buddha. Buddha we regard. Because where is the concept of soul? It's against Bhagavad Gita. They consider everything is just zero. You have come from zero and ultimately everything will get disintegrated. We are made up of matter and matter one day will disintegrated. Then you are mukta, you are nirvana, you are liberated. So it's actually not so. And there are some people, they say that no, whatever you worship, you get to one place only. And so what about that? Is that mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? So I am not telling this. Krishna himself is telling. Muda, rascal. So I am just repeating the words of Sri Krishna. So do you understand? And how anything spiritual could have this diminishing potency, like one of Swami that you regard very nicely, that he given the blessing to his disciple, and when he just gave the blessing and he got a huge jolt of like maybe 220 volt electricity, and he started doing like this, and he fell down on the ground. And after that the Guru also fell down. Wow, what a great spiritual thing is that. And after that the Guru got up, his disciple also got up, and Guru started crying. Oh, my disciple, I gave you everything, I don't have anything anymore. See, is this spiritual? Bhagavad Gita tells, abjam, the energy, the spiritual energy is such, it will never lessen. Abjam. In Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter. So, these are the things. So, to whom you believe, then they fully surrendered to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, ki jai. So, Srila Prabhupada, first he has to make the ground. Because the whole, now to preach the holy name is quite very easy. Why? Because a lot of pounding has been done by Srila Prabhupada on this planet Earth. You cannot believe what was the situation in 1960s. It was all dry. At one place Srila Prabhupada was there on the maybe polar country, and he was smashing with his feet the ice, and he is indicating to his disciples, you see what I am doing? Do you understand what I am doing? So he is smashing the ice, making it to pieces, and from those pieces what comes out? If you rub a little bit, then you impart some energy, right? So the ice starts melting. The Srila Prabhupada says, I am smashing this ice to make them water. Because every jiva, every living entity has the natural propensity to love and serve God. Just like water have natural tendency to be liquid, not to remain solid. But these all useless fools here has become solidified into different isms. So I am booting them. So Srila Prabhupada is coming directly from spiritual world, and he is doing that. In one of the Pendal program, Prabhupada was invited. I was hearing Gopal Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada disciple. He was telling that in one of the Pendal program we were invited, and there are so many seats on the lectern, on the Pendal, and in the center the big Mayavadi was sitting, and there are so many other seats are also there. And for Srila Prabhupada, there one seat was there in the corner. So Prabhupada disciple, he went up first. Prabhupada going backside and disciples are going ahead. And the disciple is telling, Srila Prabhupada disciple is telling, get up, this is the seat of Srila Prabhupada, get up. He was sitting in the center. That Mayavadi. Srila Prabhupada, don't speak anything. Let us go, but wherever the place is, there will sit. So Prabhupada went and sat in the corner. And other disciples also had there. And Srila Prabhupada was sitting. And that person, the fellow was the Swami, the Mayavadi Swami was speaking all that Mayavad, I mean, Supreme God is imaginary, His form is imaginary, this and that, so on and so forth. So Prabhupada tolerated for time being. After that it was too much. When Prabhupada had his disciples, he told, stop it, just chant Hare Krishna. And then he started banging kartal and mridang and he started chanting the holy name. And these crazy people, he was speaking so much, they couldn't speak because Harinam Sankirtan took off. And he just went off. And Srila Prabhupada also, having done a lot of kirtan there, and told disciples, let's go. Srila Prabhupada commented, I banged, I kicked upon his face. Yes, Prabhupada, you did it. So Srila Prabhupada was doing, because he has seen the God himself directly. It's not some abstract conception for him. Krishna is not abstract for him. And that's why he is directly speaking what it is actually. Directly saying it. So how Supreme God looks like. And by hearing about Krishna from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody can see the Lord. Yeah, everybody. This is the advertisements Srimad Bhagavatam gives at the beginning of his own pages. In Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, text 2, right? What it tells? Sadhya hridya avruddhate atra kritibi sustrusabi tachanat. Sadhya, immediately anybody starts hearing about Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam, from a realized devotee who has seen the truth, tattva, Bhagavan, he has seen. Srila Prabhupada has seen the truth face to face. And what will happen? Saddha hridya avaruddhate. Krishna will enter through the ears and he will just avaruddhate. He will enter and will not able to come out. Avaruddhate, like you get into this and somebody locks you. Like, there is a independence for devotees to, for time, you can go out also. Somebody locks, we cannot go out. So, if somebody hears from the pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada who has seen the truth, it's like pushing, injecting Krishna through the ears. There is no way out of it. And that is happening. That was happening at the time of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada injecting Krishna. Yes, Krishna has to enter into the heart of jivas. And this is the Bhagavata principle. That's what Srila Prabhupada is telling in this particular purport, that devotees of Krishna should accept this form of Krishna which is mentioned in Bhagavatam, pages of Bhagavatam, multiple places. In Kunti Maharani's prayers, in second canto, so many places it described. Again we see here in third canto here, how Kardama Muni is seeing the Supreme Lord, such beautiful feature of the Lord. And again fourth canto, Dhruva Maharaj goes for meditation. Every canto is filled with the description of the Lord. So devotees of the Lord, they accept it directly. And Krishna conscious process is to deliver Krishna, the form of Krishna, into the heart of devotees. Right? That's what it means. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Right? So we are Krishna conscious. Right? So we are supposed to be Krishna conscious. But the process is given how it will happen? By Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmani Vedanam. So this process of Navabhida Bhakti is very, very powerful when it's given by the great acharyas who has seen the truth. So Srila Prabhupada, when he was moving, he was seeing these people of West, are really West. How they can be convinced about Krishna? It's almost impossible. He remembers Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, the sloka from 16 till 21st. He sings that yes, Srimad Bhagavatam can do that miracle. Shinvatam sahsata katha Krishna punna shravana kirtanaha hirdan tasto hi abhadrani vidunoti surit satam. And he sees that how living entity, everyone can start from zero spiritual credit and reach to darshan of the Lord just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. He sees there and he get full conviction. Yes. Rajastama hoite hoibe uddhar. Certainly it will happen. How? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also tells that how from zero till darshan of the Lord one can go just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Before this particular sloka comes the sloka Shushrusha Shraddadhanasya Vasudevas Katharuchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. Any person who has got little satam kripa, whatever way, so then he becomes eligible to do Mahat Seva, service to great souls. When somebody does service to great souls, then he comes to the position to accept his spiritual master, Sri Guru Padashraya. Then when he does so, then things start hearing Bhagavan, Shravanam, Sushrusha, Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hirdantastohya Badrani. When bhajan starts, then automatically all anartha hirdantastohya abhadrani and aparadha tendencies will vanquish away. Right? Anartha nivritti will take place. And thereafter, Nashta prayesu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati ruttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. And when most of the majority of the anarthas will go away, then devotee will be fixed in Naistiki Bhakti. Devotion service is like an irrevocable fact. Like fixed in devotion service. And thereafter he has come to the platform Nishtha, and then comes Tada Rajastamo Bhava Kamalobha Dayaschaye Chetaye Teranabhiddham Sitam Sattve Prasidati. So when he comes to Nishtha, then that's Nishtha gets, and he's hearing, he's doing Shravanam, mainly Shravanam, hearing, because the beginning of Krishna consciousness Shravanam is most important. Most sadhakas in the early years, hearing predominates. For the siddhas, kirtanam predominates. But for the normal anybody and everybody, hearing is more important. So, tada rajas tamo bhava. Tamo bhava, rajas and tamas, mode of passion and ignorance. What is the bhava? Kama lobha desha, lust, greed will get away. And he comes to the level of ruchi. In the ruchi platform, devotees get taste in chanting the holy name. Even though he is there in the mode of passion and ignorance, but mode of passion and ignorance's effect doesn't act upon him. But of course, it acts, but it doesn't get affected by it. It doesn't get affected by it. He just flushes away by the wonderful attachment of his devotion service. Ruchi. Tada rajas tamo bhava kama lobha deshe chetaye tair anaviddham sthitam sattve prasidati. He comes to the position of Vishuddha Sattva, Vasudeva Sattva, Asakti, attached with Krishna. And Asakti, that effect, the tamas and rajas almost nil, gets over. Then he comes to the level of bhava, and thereafter comes to prema, the subsequent slokas. So we see this whole graduation of Shraddha till prema is actually seen by all the great acharyas. Same process. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also tells, anybody can just hear about Krishna and he get to samadhi. It's so powerful process. Just one need to hear from authorized source who has seen Krishna, who has Krishna in the heart. Otherwise, there are so many people that heard about Krishna. Right? Bhagavad Gita is famous all over the world. People had been reading Bhagavad Gita for many years. But how many people become devotees? Hardly any. But as soon as Srila Prabhupada's books starts coming, immediately it penetrates into the heart. Why? Because it's had a potency to infuse anybody with Krishna bhavana, with Krishna, the form of Krishna. So somebody hears in Nectar of Instruction, Srila Prabhupada quotes Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, That first is one comes in the Sravana Dasa. He hears about Krishna attentively. It's not like he becomes restless after some time. He hears about Krishna. Then after hearing some particular amount of time, he comes to accepting what he is hearing. Like many times we hear that just for the sake of hearing. Sunna hai sunne ke liye. Just hearing for the time, like okay, this much we have to hear, so that's fine. Okay, fine. 1 hour of class finished. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. No. Shravana Dasa. This Dasa means this situation is helpless situation. He's hearing. Yeah. Then what happens? Then he is come to the position of Varana Dasa. He starts accepting it. And then comes Smaranavastha. Smaranavastha means remembrance of the Lord. And remembrance of the Lord is also different aspects. First, sometimes Krishna remembers, right? So one remembers Krishna, sometimes okay. Maybe once in a day, or maybe in Mangala Arti or in Sandhya Arti and Darsana Arti. In the beginning days, sometimes recollection. Then recollections gets more and more densified. Then he starts thinking about Krishna even more frequently. Then he starts remembering the Lord. Then he comes to the position of always meditating upon Lord, dhyana. Then he comes to the position of apana. He is like samadhi in the samadhi platform. So in this way he get to his own realization that who is he actually in relation with Krishna, whether it's Gopa or Gopi or Mayura or Mayuri. So everything gets revealed just by the process of hearing. Very beautifully Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes it. Srila Prabhupada quotes in Nectar of Instructions text 8. So very faith-giving purport that I came across. Very wonderful. So like this at the end Srila Prabhupada tells that devotees of Krishna, they accept them directly, acts on them, preaches them and practices devotion service as enjoined in the authoritative scriptures. And that is the mission of Srila Prabhupada, and that is our duty. To accept the form of Krishna as mentioned in Srimad-Bhagavatam and preach to the world. But of course, before preaching, we need to brush all the misconceptions. We have to brush the misconception apart. Otherwise, we are giving form of Krishna, but doubt is still there. Unless those doubts are removed, the full conviction, Siddhanta boliya chitte na karo alas, the Siddhanta has to be told. Then only the Sudrid Manas in the Krishna Bhavana will installed in the heart of a Jiva. And his life will be a success. Hare Krishna. So with these words I like to stop here, and if any comment, any correction, Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Babuji. Thank you. Very nice class. So our religion is so nice that we can see Lord face to face in the deity form in the temple, and in the picture form in this room we can see the Lord. And also our founder Prabhupada's big picture is here. So Prabhupada said that the religion without philosophy is sentiment. And my question is why Karl Marx said that religion is the opium of the people.
Yeah, so that was their slogan. Religion is opium of the people, because they think that religion makes people down. Like when somebody drinks some drugs, they become like down, like intoxicated. They cannot do anything. So these crazy people, they think that by taking the crutch of religion or maybe the help of the shadow of religion, people, they become like fools. They don't work, right? They don't work. So they say that God will do everything, so you don't need to work like that. So, and even on the, like sometimes people, they take drug, they start fighting also, right? So we see many people, they fight. Of course they fight. So in one sense, I will not fully disbelieve that actually sometimes there are not dharmic people, very less. More dharma dhwaji means, sometimes we see like Somebody is there doing a lot of shouting upon the name of dharma, but go and check what dharma he practices, you will find 0% of dharma practicing. So actually it is so. So, but in the true sense, what is dharma? Dharma is not the opiate of the people. And because of that, he has the followers of Karl Marx, Lenin and all that. They have very nicely abolished the whole dharma, and for many, many decades actually. And they propagated that throughout the whole continent. Now things are getting, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada's preaching, things are getting cleared off. Isn't it, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for your class. Prabhu, I have a question. In the starting of the class, you were telling about these atheists and like Buddhist people who didn't believe in Krishna or Bhagavatam or scriptures. So, what about like people who follow Karma Kandi? So, they're like born into Hinduism, following Karma Kandi rituals and everything. So, they have been, like, I have met a situation where they have met with Krishna conscious people. They have followed Bhagavad Gita courses, they have accepted that this is the truth, but then they fall back into their Karma Kandi activities and they are like in denial and not accepting Krishna conscious life because it's not convenient for them. They are saying we are not ready to accept or to leave or other principles or habits.
Exactly.
So how to deal with these people? They are like close relatives, family members, friends. How do we preach to them? Because they know actually, they already follow Bhagavad Gita course, they know what the truth is, but still they are in denial.
Yeah. So this is what it happens, like somebody is like in the shades, not fully white, not fully black, in the shades. So for them to bring fully into white, it may take many, many years. But those who are fully into the black, like that's why Christ tells them, if you give me cold, I will accept it. If you give me hot, I will accept it. If you give me lukewarm, I will vomit it. I will spit it out. So that's what is the one great challenge in Bharatvarsh. Like we are in the like, okay, dharma is there, okay, fine, dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Oh, we are not bad. I born vegetarian, I am okay, I am good, doing good work, life is good. So that's why like Sukriti has to be built up, slowly. If you force them immediately, then also sometimes after practicing they bounce back. It's not practical. It looks like too much artificial. So that's why it's important for sincere preachers to do the cultivation of Bhagavatam more and more, because Bhagavatam will certainly help. With the cultivation of Bhagavatam will surely help anybody, whoever he may be. He will be able to understand Krishna. And as soon as Krishna enters into the heart, as soon as he enters, everything will go. Maharaj tells that like darkness is there in the room, suppose for 1 million years, and you brings the halogen bulb. The darkness cannot say, hey, halogen bulb, I was there for millions of years, I cannot go. It has to go. It has to go. There is no other way. So that's why this cultivation, more cultivation of Srimad Bhagavatam, more cultivation along, and of course the holy name is there with us. So it will be when tesam satati yuktanam bhajatam pritipurukam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upendite. In that particular shloka, when it is mentioned that when Lord himself stays in the heart and illuminates the heart of a jiva with the torchlight of knowledge, that is actually the presence of the form of the Lord in the heart, and which has to be cultivated by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. When somebody comes to remembrance of the Lord, means Maya cannot stay there. He has to go away. That's what it is. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So, thank you so much being on time, Prabhu. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.